Tautology is the repetition of redundant words over and over again. Tautology is often used to hide a lack of true information. It makes it seem like the author has more to say than he really does. The first example of tautology I found in our reading comes from High School Confidential. The author is comparing Election with the other movies he is talking about, and he says Election shreds everyone's fantasies and illusions. Now, fantasies and illusions are basically the same thing, so it's a tautology to repeat them right after each other because it does nothing to add to the overall effect of his idea. My second example of tautology comes from the essay Once More to the Lake. The author is describing the motorboats on the lake, and he says, these motors made a petulant, irritable sound. Now, petulant and irritable both mean impatient, irritation, or annoyance, so repeating them 2 words in a row is really not necessary, and it just adds to a more wordy sentence that makes it a little more awkward to read. My first personal example of tautology comes from the phrase ATM machine, because ATM stands for automated teller machine, and so by saying ATM machine, you're really saying automated teller machine, which is repetitive, redundant, and it doesn't add to anything you're trying to get across. My second and final example of tautology was when I defined it back at the beginning of this presentation. When I said tautology was a repetition of redundant words over and over again, I really said the same thing 3 times in a row. All I had to do was use only one of those words. I could have said tautology is just a repetition of words, or tautology is just using redundant words, but instead I used tautology is a repetition of redundant words over and over again. Because of that makes it a tautology, since even though I added more words, the reader got nothing more out of the phrase. Now that I've finished my tautology project, this presentation is almost over. I hope that my explanation and presentation was both useful and helpful to you.